Okay, welcome back to the Recycle Cottage and Garden. This is take 3. We're in the middle of the ABCs of personal growth. Today's letter is Q for quit. And we're not talking about quitting your job or anything else important like that. What we're talking about quitting is quit complaining. Quit making excuses if you do that. Quitting your negative habits. Quit letting fear freeze you up and not allow you to move forward. And quit being hard on yourself when you're struggling. So, how do we do that? I have to admit, this one's a hard one for me. It's hard to quit complaining when you have a lot of frustrations and stresses in your life. Sometimes, as for me in particular, complaining is a way of venting and a way of getting those frustrations out so they no longer bother me. I am working on it. I'm working hard on it. Excuses, I don't really make excuses for things. I might tell you this is why I did it something this way or whatever, but I don't make excuses for it. It's like, I apologize if I've hurt somebody or disappointed them or whatever for the way I did something. Um, Negative habits. That's hard. They say it takes 21 days to form a habit. It takes 21 days to break a habit, at least. So if you have negative habits, like complaining or things that aren't good for you that you want to quit, because no one can force you if you don't want to, but say, okay, the easy one is, are you a smoker? Is that something you want to quit for your health or any other reason? It'll take 21 days, maybe longer, to do that. And you may need help. I have a friend who used a patch, and it took him a while, but he finally quit. Other people can just throw them away and stop cold turkey. I don't know, I've never smoked. Um, but bad habits, you know, negative habits um, that you want to quit, you feel like you need to quit, be gentle on yourself and give yourself that 21 days or a month, because generally it does take that long. Because what you're doing is you're making a new habit. You might say you're quitting the old one, but you're making a new habit because you're going to do something else in place of it. So if, okay, say you're a smoker, you're going to stop smoking. Maybe you're getting help from a patch or a whatever. Um, but you're probably going to replace it with something else. I know somebody a long time ago that quit, and he would always have toothpicks. It was something to fiddle with his fingers and to put in his mouth. If he wanted something hanging out of his mouth, you know, just kind of a pretend thing. So you're making a new habit. Now, that new habit of chewing on a toothpick or fiddling with it in your fingers, you may have to break that one as well. But maybe you can do it with something that's a little easier to break. Anyway, that's my thought on that one. Um, my bad habits are generally to do with eating the things I should not be eating. Um, I struggle with that. And when I'm under a lot of stress and a lot of frustrations, that's very, very difficult. Um, so I need all the help I can get with that one. Um, Quit letting your fear freeze you up. I struggle with that one too because I have fears. I have fears of not having enough money. I have fears of not having security of a place to live. Um, when I was younger, I knew there was always a fallback in case of. I could always go back to my parents' house. And I've done that within the last 7 years. I had to go do that because I lost a job and couldn't afford to stay where I was. Couldn't find another job quickly enough. Um, it's difficult. I have other fears that I don't know that I'll ever get past. I have a fear of heights and a fear of water. And I don't know that I will ever get past those. Um, I, it seems like the older I get, the more anxiety I get from if I'm put in particular situations. Excuse me. But but if you have fears of the unknown, fear of the future, fear of securities, don't let it freeze you up and keep you from trying to do whatever it is you may need to do to get past it. Um, those are not the kind of fears that, for me anyway, they don't stop me from going and doing. I may dwell on them more than I need to, but it doesn't stop me. Um, and I think the best one is quit being hard on yourself when you are struggling. That's why it's called a struggle. You're dealing with frustrations, you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with stresses. It's a huge struggle. Now, whether that's job hunting or dealing with uh, someone in your family that is ill, or whether it's dealing with, you know, a personal struggle of some sort, like losing weight or quitting smoking or whatever, drug addiction, whatever it may be, that's a struggle. It is hard, but know that every second that you move forward, you're moving forward one day at a time, one step at a time, 1 minute at a time, whatever it takes. Don't be down on yourself if you feel like you're falling backward. Take a deep breath and start again. Every day is a new opportunity to start again. And the last thing that I really liked about this particular part of the article was it says, give yourself credit for trying. I'm sorry, much as I love Star Wars, Yoda's wrong. It is not do or do not. There is always trying. You give it your best shot. Maybe you don't do it as good as somebody thinks you should have. Maybe you don't complete something. But if you give it your best shot, sometimes you have to step back from it, rethink it, regroup. Sometime in the future, you can try it again. And you may not have a failure in it. But remember from a previous letter that we went through, mistakes and failures are for learning. They're not real failures. It's how we learn. So I struggle with the quitting of negativity, quitting complaining. Um, I'm working on it. I will probably be working on it for the rest of my life, but I will keep trying. And sorry, Yoda, but I don't see anything wrong with trying. So I'm going to end this one here because so far it's not being glitchy this time around. And we'll see you next time around. I will link the article that these points came from in the description box below. Please like the video and share it, or subscribe if you want to see the rest of this series. They'll be in a playlist called the ABCs of Personal Growth. And most of my videos are on crafty type things, although sometimes there's some other stuff thrown in. I don't have a whole lot on gardening right now because I don't have a garden. And it's the middle of winter here, but I won't have a garden anyway. I'm in an apartment complex. So, there we are for that for today. And we'll see you again tomorrow for the next installment. Bye.